Investigation at a Twin Cities addiction recovery company, first exposed as part of a KARE 11 investigation. Here's AJ Legault with the latest developments in his year-long investigation, Recovery Inc.
At the Minneapolis Federal Courthouse, multiple sources tell KARE 11 a grand jury has begun meeting in private and issuing these subpoenas. They're hearing testimony and assessing evidence in the government's criminal case against Evergreen Recovery and company owners, husband and wife David Backus and Sean Grigo.
Get a life.
This unsealed FBI affidavit reveals the criminal investigation is focused on what's labeled systemic fraudulent practices, resulting in at least $28 million in fraudulent billing. Some of it tied to what the FBI calls illegal kickbacks in the connection between Evergreen and one of Backus's other companies, Second Chances Sober Living, which housed hundreds of Evergreen clients. A connection Evergreen's management team, when interviewed last February by KARE 11, initially denied existed.
Is Evergreen billing for peer services provided in Evergreen's affiliated sober homes?
No.
Chantel Magadans was Evergreen's residential director turned chief clinical officer who made $703,000 per year.
Evergreen doesn't have any sober homes that are connected.
Insider records like this charting and log guide show Evergreen employees were directly instructed to hide the sober home connection. Quote, bottom line, there should never be any reference to sober housing on your logs or in your chart notes. When KARE 11 pushed,
I've seen Evergreen training instructions.
The story changed. There were affiliated sober homes, but they were operated separately.
We never connect housing with treatment. That would be a kickback, and we don't do it. So they are two separate companies.
The FBI now claims there was no separation, and clients were given free housing as an inducement so Evergreen could bill Medicaid in their names for treatment. KARE's investigation raised serious questions about whether all the treatment billed even happened.
I was not in group all of those days.
What would you call this then?
Falsified records.
The feds now claim 30 to 40% of the hours Evergreen billed Medicaid for group counseling services are falsified, and a portion of the billing proceeds were kicked back to the sober home company, which does not have employees of its own and is operated primarily by Evergreen Recovery employees. These are all allegations Evergreen's owners, in no uncertain terms, deny.
We didn't steal millions of dollars, bro. Read the state statute. Have a good f***ing life.
Everything you've said is false. Everything you said is slander, and will be availed in a court, I promise you that.
All of Evergreen's assets have been frozen. The treatment center shut down. Whether to criminally indict is now in the hands of a federal grand jury. For KARE 11 Investigates, I'm AJ Legault.
Some excellent reporting by AJ, and now we're going to go to the opposite end of the spectrum.